True crime. Tale of a sight. World of YouTube. We have ourselves another case to dig into. There ain't much on this one. Because I tell you, once again, we just got a unknown perpetrator. And unfortunately, as this story tells, murder at Lake Ocoee. During the murder, supposedly surveillance was wiped out by a storm. Go figure. You could go a long way with this if you the thoughts and theories. This couple right here was brutally murdered. Why is unknown. Like I said, I don't know. This case is oof. But I think I came up with something that could be something, but I don't know. I'll let you figure that one out on my behalf. If I'm right or if I'm just some lunatic thinking they know all about murders. But, hey, came up with stuff before. Law enforcement never released. So, gotta be doing something right. So as the story goes, if you want to read the full article, you can get the name here. Of course, I'll have it up on the thumbnail, the description or whatnot. Maybe I'll throw this article in because this is an updated, recent one, but I'll just put it into this, try and get it in the description box if anybody wants to read it. But like I say, this is another bizarre, intense, insane case. Supposedly, this couple's son, as it says in the article, was murdered at one point in time for purchasing cocaine, crack cocaine, I guess. Sad story, must have had a bad habit. These people were comfortably rich, but yet the house showed no sign of robbery. But then again, in a way, this murderer is smart, and in a way, this murderer is stupid. Because if it was for a robbery, a lot of people don't keep cash in their house no more. So I like to make that note in case the killer sees my video. But something else tells me that this wasn't just for robbery for money, but because of the distinctiveness of the case. As the wife was found a week later with a blunt trauma to the head with a hard object, possibly hammer. Of course, this person, I believe, did not commit no murders in the house. And that's why I think of it. Maybe if they tried to get him to go to the bank, but there was no, sightings. But something does mention that these people had a boat dock. And, supposedly the people drove up in a boat. How convenient. And I don't know. Damn, I forget to see how large this lake is. Because they claim that they found their wife's body 6 miles away, trying to be anchored down by the feet with cinder blocks. But her body got so bloated that the cinder blocks just couldn't hold her weight down, I guess. Another stupid thing the murderer did. Didn't weigh the body down heavy enough. But then again, I don't know if this one could be someone that wanted it to be found later on. Who knows? But if it was a dumb murder case, good job, numbnuts. And the husband didn't get to keep his head. Now this is the bizarreness of the case. This is where the case is like, what the but just like the wife's body was found in a body of water, and I did not read anything about the head being combed through the body of the water with the wife. And that's what I think happened. These two are lured onto a boat. Forced, probably with a gun. As they got out where the killer threw the wife's body over. And this was a premeditated murder. Planned of what they were going to do. But for what reason, right, is the question. So get them out in that lake, chopped off the husband's head, tipped the body over the boat and let the blood just ooze all in the water. Of course, a week later, blood ain't gonna be, it ain't gonna be seen in the water. If any rain or so-called wind and ripple effects in the water come along, that's being, moved, or as you can see, boats are in that water, come buzzing by with their motorboat, sweep up all that blood, mix it around, can't find it. So why they didn't scuba dive, look for the head? That too could have been on a cinder block. And that head ain't gonna resurface. You tie that to a bag, to a cinder block, whatnot, it's gonna drop. It's gonna stay down there. And I didn't read that. And in the first article I read, which I think might have been the Wikipedia's thing, this is 20 years. Oh no, as you can see, this one is 6 years later. Still no mention of a head searched. Could be in another lake. Why someone would want to, keep that and then dispose of it. Putting it in a plastic bag and, can cart it off or whatnot, but just, yeah. So the motive, who knows? Maybe, just maybe, thoughts, theories, ideas. Now I know that when people get on drugs, sad to say, and if they want drugs, they'll start chirping and squawking like little birds. Tweet, 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 tweet. Don't care who's around. Tweet, 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 tweet. Tell them people, my parents are rich. I get you dry money, man. I get you lots of money. Maybe, and I don't want to throw anybody under the bus in this family, but, I'm not trying to disrespect this family. But because I've grown up around a lot of people that had bad drugs habits, And sometimes I witness, or heard what they do. I did this for drugs. What the fuck? You're like, what are you, nuts? What are you, stupid? Get off them goddamn things. And oh yeah, it just, oh man, I want to get into it. But to tell drug people that where you live, you're rich, or your parents are rich, I'm thinking maybe that could have sparked off, oh, this motherfucker owed us, who killed these people. But what was the sense of that would be, you think about it, because the kid's already dead. He already got his shit. Oh, you can't afford this, bang. Or you want to rip me off, bang. One thing you learn on the streets is that you cannot have a big bill and think you're going to stay alive. They don't care. You don't pay them. Things happen. So, anyways, maybe they could have tried getting something out of him that way, but got very infuriated. But then you got to think about what kind of drug dealers going around on a friggin' boat. Unless the kid told them about boat access. Or maybe he wanted them to rob him, but go on the boat. Or something. Why would, I don't know. If that even slipped to the lip. This day, what kind of drug dealers gonna go on a boat? Let's go, man. Do all that. So, I don't know. To say someone knew him, just didn't like him, or someone met him. But these were the type of people that did not flaunt their money. Respectable people, they say they were. And then, I can see by the look of their face, they don't look like snobby type that would say, hey, I got money, what do you got? What do you got? Oh, you got that kind of money? I can wipe my ass with that money. This guy ran a business, 6 of them. The Hardee's restaurant, I believe it was. He owned the franchise, 6 franchises of that place. So he made a decent living. You still see them places all around on the news, man. Laurel and Hardy. Not Laurel and Hardy. Forget the other restaurant name. But I've eaten there before. Not bad food. It's kind of like fast prep food, but it's pretty damn good. But I don't go there. It was too damn expensive. But, so yeah, they made a decent living, then they retired. Who wouldn't retire? I had a nice house facing the lake. You bust your ass running a franchise, man. You got rights to retire. And like I say, these people don't even look to me like the type that would rub money in your face. So who would have the balls or gall to just come up and say, I don't like these people? Serial killers thrown on the table. That one also was mentioned, but law enforcement, of course, don't see it as that. It's just a bizarre case they can't figure out. And when they cut the head off of this guy, now this is the thing. Why they threw the wife of the body, out in the lake. This one, his body was found in the garage of his home. And they left towels around his head because there was a little bit of blood that still leaked out of his head. So you sit there and wonder, what the hell? Now what kind of drug deal, if it is, gonna take a body, throw it on the floor, yo man, throw some towels on that. I wanna make a mess. Or they were saying they didn't want the blood go out the garage door. But yet, they take this time to keep everything clean. It's like, what? So there's a signature move. If it is a serial killer. Leaving signatures. Oh, throw the wife in the lake. Leave this guy here with no head. Of course, that's to, leave any trace. And the reason why I say they left and brought him back, and that's the only possibility, is because they found gun residue on the guy's shirt. So that means he got shot in his head before the decapitation. Even more bizarre. So it's like, damn. So I think they just took him out on a boat, did what they did. So, right, out there you hear a little pop from a distance of a house. You ain't gonna think much of that. Pow! Gunshot, one gunshot, in the middle of the lake. Beat the wife with the hammer or whatever. Hell, could even be a boat object, like maybe a small anchor. Whack her out. But while they're both lying there dead, in the clean cut that was on the head now, this was even more crazier. Clean cut through the head and the shoulders. So it's gonna make you think and wonder, what was the motive to this? Then you sit there and just scratch your head. No robbery, just pure hate. Now, I haven't even looked up yet, but I'm going to. Serial killers throughout the area. And I gotta do my mapping. So it's like, I mean, I don't know where this killer was going, only to be a serial killer. That's all I can think of, is that. So, that being said, because to come up with the idea of this person, these people having someone hating them that much, I mean, it could be possible, though. Don't get me wrong. They had a bunch of friends, and at this, and they were supposed to go to some horse derby party. Something they would never miss, they said. But then again, hey, someone at that party that usually casually goes could hate him and want to be rid of him. That's another thing that wasn't. I don't think nobody at that party got, checked of their whereabouts. Or, that wouldn't be able to do that, but check the whereabouts if somebody that usually goes there, somebody that usually goes there that wasn't there that night. If it was a hate crime. But I didn't read that either. So here's another option. Unless someone someone that just didn't go that night. Usually these parties, as you can see, they say people show up to these things. People are regular at these things. These guys right here wouldn't miss it. So did they have enemies that no one knows about? They said that, and the police said that, or searched, that they didn't see that they had any enemies. But you know what? You can't disclose that. You can't say that. You can't cut that out of an investigation. No way, man. You have to always keep an open eye and not close nothing out. Now, if I was a detective, I would have been at that party and asked anybody, hey, who wasn't at this party that night? You know, and if everybody was there, then everybody was there. But if not, it's a very valuable question. So where were you guys? Sure, they'll come up with an alibi, but if it don't match, if it comes up wrong, and say, so that person got a boat. Hey, gotta look, gotta think. But I'm gonna dig a little bit more into this case. Very interesting, very bizarre, very insane. So, I think tonight I'll be looking into the serial killers that ran around that area. And then I'm going to look into the mapping. So, till that next video, be safe, take care. Always beware. Just like these people. You don't know who's going to come out of nowhere. Anywhere in life, it's nuts. Out.